Welcome to another episode of National Board Conversations, where we spotlight incredible educators. I'm your host, Edward Santiago. Today we have the pleasure of speaking with Jennifer DiGioia, a National Board Certified teacher with 22 years of experience in the classroom. Jennifer is a passionate advocate for student-centered learning, a champion for creating a classroom where students feel heard and seen, and a true inspiration to her students and colleagues.
There's only three of us, and I'm the third one. And I thought, what? There's only three of us. So that was, really eye-opening. And I was just, I wish that my district would push this more, because I feel like I am a better teacher just having gone through this process.
Jennifer's dedication to her students and the profession has led her to achieve National Board Certification in 2024, just this past December. This is a testament to her commitment to excellence in education. She's also been actively involved in professional development, mentoring aspiring educators, and serving on various boards and committees. Join us as we delve into Jennifer's journey as an educator, her insights on the challenges and rewards of teaching, and how she currently impacts the world of education. I won't hold you much longer. Here's my conversation with Jennifer DiGioia. Jennifer DiGioia, welcome to the episode. Congratulations on achieving. We just interviewed you back in April, and now you're here on the big show. Thank you. Thank you for joining me. I'm excited to talk to you.
Thank you. Hello. Thank you. I'm excited to be back.
All right, so we'll get right into it. What's your current role, and give a brief intro of yourself?
Sure. Hi, my name is Jennifer DiGioia. I'm currently a second grade teacher in the city of Montclair, California. I've been a teacher for about 22 years now, so just having fun every day.
All right, so what are your three favorite foods?
Okay, so my three favorite foods. This is always hard because I love different foods, but if I had to pick three favorites, I would definitely say some freshly baked cookies are always delicious. I love chocolate chip myself. I would say some delicious tacos. I always love a good Taco Tuesday or any day of the week. And then, of course, just some homemade lasagna. Can't ever go wrong with that.
There you go. Three songs that shaped you.
All right, three songs that shaped me. So I was just trying to think of like songs that I'm like, yeah, when I hear it, no matter what, these will pump me up. So I really, I love the Eye of the Tiger. That's always a good one that'll get you, get everything going. Throughout this journey, it's funny. The song Under Pressure by Queen is kind of just like a personal theme song for myself that, you just kind of have to just handle it and push through.
You gotta have a personal anthem.
So that I would consider that mine. And then I really love, I'm from Pittsburgh. I love the song from Flashdance, the theme song. So that's another one that really makes me feel inspired. So I say those are my top three.
Okay. Given that you're from Pittsburgh, do you have a sports fan? Do you have a sports team that has your heart, or any movies you can recite line for line?
We're definitely on the stairway to 7 with the Steelers this season. Russell Wilson is looking great out there. So even though we had a tough day against the Eagles yesterday, that's okay.
Little cross-state battle there.
Yeah, that was a tough one. That's always a hard one, but maybe we'll see them later.
All right. So can you share why you became an educator and remain in the field? You've been in there for 22 years. That's a good little chunk there.
Yeah. I feel really lucky that, I've had such a long career. I've always was kind of like the neighborhood babysitter. I always had a lot of fun, playing with my little cousins and things like that. So I always really just always found a lot of joy working with kids. Then when I got older, I thought, well, what could I do? I knew I wanted to be a mom, and I thought, what could I do that I could do both, where I could have a lot of time with my kids and then also have a great career. And so I chose education. What keeps me here is just, so I just really feel like I make a meaningful impact. Sometimes when I walk across campus, I work in an elementary school and I teach second grade, and young elementary schoolers are just so adorable. Sometimes I think to myself, I wonder if this is how Taylor Swift feels, because, you walk across campus and they're just like, Miss DiGioia, oh my gosh, hi, and they'll like run over and they just want to hug you and just smile and be around you. So just making that impact and then making sure that I'm, ready to pay it forward to the next generation of teachers.
All right. So what were you like as a student, and how does that influence your teaching style now?
So as a student, I always really liked reading. I actually just got certified MBCT in literacy, which is perfect. I always liked reading a lot. I'd say I was curious, but not too confident. So I'd say that really helped to shape how I am as a teacher. I really focus on connecting with students, making sure they feel comfortable, making sure it's okay to make mistakes, and because that's the whole point of learning. So that really, I think, shaped me as a teacher, because when I was younger, I think my teachers, maybe I always felt like they were a little bit too hard on me when I would make mistakes. They would try to like shame you, back in the 80s and stuff like that. So I try hard not to do that. And I focus on creating like a supportive classroom where everybody feels seen and heard, and they see themselves in books, and, they can see themselves in math problems and stuff like that. So that's how that influenced my teaching.
Nice, nice. So you touched on it. You just certified. Score release just passed.
Yes.
Describe the emotions you experienced in the days and weeks leading up to score release.
Okay, so it's very emotional, to be honest. I tried not to think about it. When I turned everything in May, I really tried to disconnect. I had talked on my earlier podcast visit that I had planned a trip to Hawaii, and my kids and I had an amazing time. So that far out, I was just like, okay, that's all I could do. Like, I just have to give it up to the universe. I did the best I could. I really tried hard to think that, like, I turned in something that's 100%, like this is the best I could possibly do. So I just thought, like, there's nothing else I could do. But then the final weeks came up and MBCT started emailing, like, don't forget, scores are coming out, get ready. So, I kind of had to start thinking about it. So then I went back on the Facebook groups I belonged to, and everybody was, anticipating things and saying, like, well, I got this email. Did you get this email? And I noticed that this changed on the website. And I was like, well, they haven't changed for me. So that I started going through all the self-doubt, like, oh no, they're getting stuff and I'm not getting stuff. So that probably means that I'm not going to certify. So it was just a big roller coaster. I tried not to involve many people at all. I didn't really bring it up at work, not for a couple reasons. I was nervous that I wasn't going to certify, and then I would be embarrassed and I'd have to tell a lot of people that I didn't certify. And then also, it's emotional. I didn't want everybody to have to go through all those emotions with me. So I totally opened the scores by myself, and then I shared with people after that. So, leading up to it, the final days before were very, very up and down, but ultimately positive at the end. Thank goodness, because oh my gosh, I couldn't even. That's hard.
So you submitted everything in 1 year, but it took you more than 1 year to finally submit and take that plunge. What were your thoughts as you reflected before submitting during all those years?
Yes. I'm really glad that I did that. What I didn't notice about going through this process was how self-reflective it would be. I just thought that, okay, I've been teaching for this long. All I have to do is show what I'm doing. And then when I got in there and I started reading the standards, I was like, oh man, I need to make sure that I'm at the level. So I was really glad I took the extra time and made sure that I was ready. Because I see a lot of people resubmitting or having to resubmit. And, they're saying things like, maybe I rushed or maybe I didn't take the time to really do it. So I felt really good about that. So just really making sure, that I was just ready to go, ready, prepared, and turn everything in. So I feel good about it, but I did do all 4 components in 1 year ultimately. So the first year I felt like, okay, I'm not ready. And I, didn't do anything. The second year, I started to try to work into it. And then I thought, okay, I need to get my level up. And then the third year, I felt like, okay, everything's lined up. Let's go. Let's do all 4. You got this. And I did it.
And you certified. Congratulations. So
Yes.
on the previous podcast, you spoke about how you didn't have much support within your school. Was there, and you were able to stay in touch with like social media and all that stuff. Was
Yeah.
there any coaching or conversations you got over social media or anything through your support system there in California that really helped you along in the process?
Yes. Well, I got really lucky, thankfully, for social media. It's so funny. It's my friend who I worked with at McDonald's in high school. So we're talking about in like 1999, like so long ago. He posted on Facebook his wife in Pennsylvania, her maintenance of certification, and it just so happened to be in literacy. And I thought, thank you. I finally found someone, because I couldn't find anybody that I only really asked one mentor, and she just said no, she wasn't, she was too busy. And then I found another MBCT in my district, but she was totally different certification area. So she was helpful to ask a couple questions. But, when I actually met someone who went through everything already that I was going through, and I could kind of, bounce my ideas off someone, finally, that was so, it was such a huge relief. But then also it's so much work. I also tried hard not to be like, can you read all of my 42 pages and see how it looks? So it was more just, just asking her things and listening to her feedback, and then still just making sure that I did my own thing. I never really had a reader or anything like that. I just really felt comfortable just trusting myself, but I'd say that from those two mentors that I did get to talk to, that's the message that I got. Trust yourself. Like, you know what you're doing. You've been doing this for so long. Just make sure that you are highlighting everything you do to meet the standards, and you'll be fine. So I was so glad that I met those two mentors. And honestly, shockingly, in my district is so amazing. I work in the Ontario Montclair School District in Southern California. And I just assumed we had a ton of NBCTs. Like, there's so many great teachers. There's only 3 of us, and I'm the third one. And I thought, what? There's only 3 of us. So that was, really eye opening. And I was just, I wish that my district would push this more, because I feel like I am a better teacher just having gone through this process.
Yeah, so on that point, did the process change your approach to professional development and collaboration?
Yeah, definitely. I work at a very collaborative school, luckily, but, now I'm more focused on, reflecting, with just evidence-based materials. What are we looking at here? What can we do to move this forward? So I think that it's really helped me to reflect more, self-reflection, seeing what I'm doing, not so much like, oh, well, the kids aren't getting this, like, well, wait, hold on. What are you not doing that you need to change to make sure that we're meeting their needs? So I really find that after this process, I seek out opportunities to collaborate with the colleagues that I really find positive connections with, and then sharing strategies that work for us. So that's been working for me.
So I know you just achieved, but looking back, what would you tell your pre-MBCT self about the journey ahead?
Yes, I would tell myself it's going to be hard, but worth it. But trust yourself. So take it one step at a time and embrace the growth that comes from it. But you know what you're doing. So make sure that you can share that with everybody.
Okay. Now we're going to get into some teacher recruitment. So if you had to sell the education profession to someone looking to get into it in 1 to 2 minutes, what would you use as your elevator pitch?
Yes. Well, I would pitch that education's about making a difference every single day. So as a teacher, you have the opportunity to inspire, to shape and guide the next generation. So you become a champion for your students, for their potential, for their growth and their dreams. And it's challenging work, but also some of the most rewarding work that you'll ever do. So you don't just teach content, you're going to change lives. So definitely become a teacher.
Hey, listen, we strong pitches. So last one, we have a feature on the podcast called the shoulder tap. So you're going to have to start one at your school, a shoulder tap shoulder tap cascade at your school to get everybody National Board Certified.
Yeah.
It's when you tap someone on the shoulder and let them know they're ready to become National Board Certified. Here, you're going to give them a quick shout out, and we'll encourage them on social media to go through the process.
Yes.
So, Jennifer, who are you shoulder tapping today?
So I would like to shoulder tap my coworker, Jessica. You can find her on Instagram, Teaching with Miss Contreras. Mrs. Contreras, I think. Yeah, Teaching with Mrs. Contreras. She's such an amazing teacher. And, as I was going through the process and I would read some of the standards, I would think this is her, and I told her that too. Like, I really think you should do this too. because she's already at the level. That's what I think it is. You really just have to be at the level. And I think that she is. So I would like to shout out my colleague, Jessica. I think you're ready. So here's my shoulder tap. And I think you should MBCT.
All right, Jessica, you up. We hope you start next year. Jennifer DiGioia, thank you for joining me on the podcast.
Thank you. Good to see you.
Thank you to Jennifer DiGioia for joining me today and sharing her incredible story. Her passion for education and her dedication to her students are truly inspiring. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe to National Board Conversations on your favorite podcast platform and leave us a review. We'd love to hear your feedback. Remember to check out our show notes for links to Jennifer's work and the organization she's involved with. Until next time, stay inspired and keep striving for excellence in education. Thanks for listening, and see you next episode.